Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today Rings of Power episode 5. I'm really anxious to get into this one. It seems like the further we get into this series, the more and more it becomes split away from the book, which I'm not going to complain about too much. Like I said before, I'm really not sure I am going to connect this too much to the book. I like that there's going to be Lord of the Rings in addition to what is available in the books. I just love seeing the places and frankly the people, even if they are a little different than previously presented. So I'm not going to get too freaked out about it, but it is seeming like it's getting a little further away from what I expected. I think they were really good at teasing a couple things that were very close to the Silmarillion in episode 1 and 2, but it seems like the further we get away from that, the more I just realize those were just disguise or some sort of a ruse, I guess. Those kind of like throwbacks to something we know, but kind of starting to steer us towards something new. So really anxious to get into this one. Let's roll it. Back for the Harfoots again. Yeah, I didn't get to see them for a whole episode.
Snails, yeah. And at the first
Okay,
bush of the
so
oak
he's
leaves,
starting to learn a
we head to
little
the
bit
grove.
more.
A whole orchard, popping with fall apples, plums, apricots, carrots. You'll love it. The only trouble is there's 100 perils between here and there. You know, big folk, wolves, fog, rains, anything that'll kill you.
Mash into jelly.
Means to make something dead.
He doesn't know what that means. Like what you did to the fireflies.
I'm Peril.
What?
No, you're not.
Oh,
It's
Fireflies.
That was just an accident. You're good.
I'm good.
Because you're here to help.
Okay, this is a little bit unexpected, I guess. And he's starting to learn stuff, obviously. It'd be nice if he can talk a little bit more.
I'm good.
Is he good? Okay. Interesting. It's like he's questioning that in himself.
Save me listening to your snoring.
Might help us move faster if you sang us your mom's walking song.
Hey, go on, Pops. Give us a warbling. Come on, you do some good.
No, she's not ready for that yet, I don't think.
Sun is fast
Oh,
falling beneath trees of stone.
See, this is one of the moments that make this show great, right? I mean, just the scenery and the songs, costume. This is awesome. Okay, that seems to be a major clue as to who this guy is now. I expected he was Anatar. But that was an obvious reference to him being Tillian, correct? The man on the moon comes down and plays a cat plays a fiddle, just like Bilbo saying. Some people looking for Meteor Man, obviously, but are they some sort of cult? Yeah, I'm really curious if Meteor Man is actually the man in the moon. I mean, there is a reference to that in one of the books.
Your arm.
What, are you going to purposefully burn his arm?
I wish you could feel like I do. Soon it will be gone.
If Orodruin blew, then it would cover the sun, wouldn't it?
If you choose to stand with me and fight, this tower will no longer be a reminder of our frailty, but a symbol of our strength.
Fight with what? Do you even have weapons? Oh, here's this guy. Gonna try and talk him out of it.
You will die. I say be better to take our chances bowing to the supposed enemy.
I have looked at enemy in
Supposed
the eye.
enemy.
He's not your deliverance.
Follow me.
Oh, he is gonna get some of them. Yeah. Theo's thinking about it. This is kind of what I said in the intro. This is just seemingly becoming more and more split from the, I guess, fine details of
Where
the
did
story.
the enemy head next?
Further south, I should think. Towards the watchtower of Osterith.
This seems more and more like
informed
Sauron
seeker.
here. I didn't think that before at all.
My thanks,
That was a pretty
Lord
nice
Halbrand.
sword he made.
I'm certain your fellowship
Far
will
nicer than
prove
you can
just
make
as
in any
invaluable
forge
once you
in the
make landfall.
Southlands.
Your father has
I
requested
hope
your
I'm
presence
wrong
in the
about
tower.
that. It'd be awfully weird that Galadriel was the one who brought Sauron, or Anatar, to Númenor.
Galadriel informed us.
I wondered how the Queen knew to lay me at her father's bedside. Never occurred to me you'd hand me over for a guild crest.
You used me. After I all but begged you to let me be.
Okay, freaky. Are these wolves? Yeah, okay, this one's a wolf. Not a orc, but still. Hello, what are you gonna do here? I think he just broke his hand there.
Everyone's talking about what you did.
He's just healing himself. Hey, don't do that, Nori. Your hand's immortal now. Ooh, okay. Does he even know that she was there? Probably not. Huh. Your hand's immortal now. So strange. I just don't know what to think about this guy anymore.
Are you familiar with the Song of the Roots of Ithaglir? Recount it for me, please.
Are you going to tell me now that the finding of
Speaks
mithril was
of a battle high
prophesied?
among the peaks of the Misty Mountains, over a tree within which some claim was hidden the last of the lost Silmarils. On one side fought an elven warrior, with a heart as pure as Manwë, poured all his light into the tree to protect it. On the other, a Balrog of Morgoth channeled all his hatred into the tree to destroy it. Lightning ensnared the tree.
What a cool story.
Forging of their conflict. A power.
A power as pure and light, as good, as strong and unyielding as evil.
I get that you would want or feel like you have some claim over mithril if it truly is light of the Silmaril. Really cool story about the Balrog, though.
You'll bring me on the ship?
Nope.
Isildur, you're my oldest friend. One day, I hope you find something that you would be willing to sacrifice anything for.
Well, he'll find a ring, so he'll sacrifice everything for the ring.
A horsemaster recruited him.
This mithril. It is our only salvation.
We believe if we can secure vast quantities of it quickly, enough to saturate every last elf in the light of the Valar once more.
Oh, I guess that would be the three rings.
I am sorry, but now our people are
So
doomed
they're gonna
unless
make
I
the rings
break
out of
an oath.
mithril. That makes a lot of sense now.
Betray a friend.
I was there, Elrond, the night your father set sail.
Say what now?
A mortal man who believed he could convince the very gods. Do you know what he said? Because he was the only one who could do it.
Really neat kind of throwback. You know, several good parts to this show, really. It seems to be going in odd directions at some times, but then other times it just is
I was
really
wrong
kind of a cool
to use you.
throwback.
For that I am sorry.
Apology's gonna get him to come
Tomorrow,
back, huh?
the Queen will call you to audience.
Who is it you lost?
My brother.
What happened to him?
He was killed.
By
In a
Halbrand.
place of darkness and despair.
Mm-hmm.
By servants of Sauron. Is that enough for you?
So this is about vengeance.
One cannot satisfy thirst by drinking seawater.
Then what is it? Why do you keep fighting?
Because I cannot stop. Because I believe they could no longer distinguish me from the evil I was fighting.
I think that's the point that Halbrand's making even.
I'm sorry. To your brother. For all of it.
Your sorrow cannot ease my pain.
He's saying he's sorry because
I know
he
what a
did
hammer
it.
and tongs is yours.
I don't know why I'm starting to
There is
feel
no
like this is
peace to be found for
Sauron.
you here.
Oh, there's so many meanings that could be derived from that. If he is Sauron, Galadriel basically just told him there needs to be violence in the world. Show him the sword hill.
You don't know.
Yeah, show it to him. Can you read anything on it, Arondir?
I've seen this before.
Where did you see that? Oh, what the heck?
There's a key.
It's a key?
Conjured by some forgotten craft of the enemy to enslave your ancestors. The enemy commander spoke of becoming a god. Of giving the orcs a home in these lands. Our enemy knows your son has what he needs to enact it.
This has to have something to do with Orodruin. There's no way you're defending against that.
Look around. It's over.
Not yet.
Soon enough.
I wonder if it's going to be what is
And
the
when they march
eventual
upon us,
cause
this
of
tower will
Númenor's
fall.
destruction as well. It was all a joke, wasn't it, Durin?
You made it up, didn't you?
Yes, he did. It was a redirect.
For years, so.
I did not come to Khazad-dûm for friendship, but ambition. I came for mithril.
Yeah. It's obvious.
Why?
They
Without
think it'll save the world.
My kind must either abandon these shores by spring or perish.
Yeah.
Fetch your feathery shirts. Let's start walking. Don't thank me yet. Thank me after we find a way to convince my father.
Yeah, that's
Can
going to
we
be the
please
hard
get
part.
moving?
Lord Halbrand, the Queen Regent summons you.
I'm not sure how I feel about this guy. I know I keep saying Sauron, but what's in the bag, I wonder? Yeah, I'm curious if the sword somehow triggers Orodruin to blow up, and that's how Adar achieves his blotting out of the sun. And at the same time, that action is going to be Númenor's downfall. Halbrand being Sauron, if that really is true, and he was really reluctant to go back to Middle-earth, they're basically insinuating that he was talked into going back to Middle-earth because Galadriel convinced him there needed to be strife in the world. So, you know, this very well could be the only survivors of the downfall of Númenor as well, right? Now she got herself some new armor too, huh? Well, that was episode 5 and a really good episode. I know I said that it was past the point where we could reasonably conjecture about where this story was going, but obviously that's the intent of all the weird little mystery and the clues and everything else that they throw into this show. You know, with the obvious Maiar, Meteor Man, with him in this show, it seemed to immediately take a redirect. Well, he started talking, and I know it wasn't enough to really make any judgment by it, but he seemed like he was very, let's say, good-hearted. And then it just seemed to quickly transition into kind of a reference to the moon, which, you know, I've had this thing troubling me since I first saw the show, and I know I thought it was Anatar, but there's another Maiar, and Bilbo does talk about it in some weird nursery rhyme. I mean, it's a very lengthy nursery rhyme that goes in the very beginning of Lord of the Rings, so it's Man in the Moon, or his name is Tillian, I suppose. But if this is Tillian, then it's just, we're in uncharted territory, because I have no idea, other than the fact that I think he comes down to drink some brown beer or something like that, who he might be. But he's obviously a friend of the Harfoot, and obviously can heal himself. Really neat. Now I'm curious what happened to Nori there. Didn't even follow up with her to see why she ran away. She was obviously scared by his power, but still. Halbrand, another weird one. Another redirect. You know, everything up till now made me think that he was just some king of the Southlands, and that he, I guess, would be the reluctant hero in the end to go try and, like, muster the people up in defense of Middle Earth. You know, last alliance of men and elves is what they say in the beginning of Lord of the Rings, and that was probably going to be Halbrand and Galadriel, I thought. But now I'm kind of thinking that this guy is Sauron. Where in the world did he learn to forge swords like that? Not in any forge in the Southlands. It just seemed too convenient. And then, you know, I'm curious, is he going to now get to Celebrimbor and, like, teach him how to use this mithril? It would be awfully strange if he had that much skill, that he could even surpass Celebrimbor. But obviously he'd be another Maiar, again in human form, a little bit smaller in stature perhaps than the Meteor Man. But we'll see. If it ends up being Sauron, that's going to be weird, his relationship with Galadriel up to now. But we'll see how it goes. Please give a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.